Are we done with Anakin Skywalker? Do we need him anymore? Do we need to further explain his story? Does he need to appear in other shows? Do we need to continue having Hayden Christensen come back and cameo as Anakin Skywalker? Do we? That's the big question. Is Star Wars done using Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker? What else can they do with this character specifically? At the ending of Ahsoka, we see his Force Ghost still there. So he'll probably be watching over Ahsoka and Sabine as they are on the planet. He appeared in episode 5 to basically give his final lesson to Ahsoka to help achieve her mission. While that mission is still a work in progress as both her and Sabine are stuck on the planet, will they continue to use Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker if Ahsoka has a second season? That is the big question. And to add on to that question, are they going to use Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost for any other purpose? We're going to be reading an article titled, "Is Star Wars Done with Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker?" It took Disney years to bring Hayden Christensen back for Star Wars, and now the actor has had the chance to tell the rest of his story in live action, and now Anakin Skywalker's story has reached a new turning point. Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka needed Anakin Skywalker. Very true. To tell Ahsoka's story, Dave Filoni had to bring Hayden Christensen back in to help finish their story. As her master, Anakin Skywalker taught Ahsoka what it meant to be a Jedi in the Clone Wars, but she left the Jedi Order, leaving that life behind. As she is chasing Grand Admiral Thrawn and trying to find out where he is, Ahsoka is training her own apprentice, Sabine Wren. It was very nice to see Sabine Wren become Force sensitive finally. You know, that was her struggle right there, and that was basically a part of her development into becoming a Jedi, but she still has a lot to learn, and we can all see that. During that quest to find Thrawn, Ahsoka is bested by Baylan Skoll on Cetos and ends up in the World Between Worlds to face Anakin Skywalker. While this moment was special to fans, there's much to unpack for this series. Anakin needed to finish Ahsoka's training because he never could. Now he was able to, and as the series continued forward, Ahsoka could focus and train Sabine Wren as her master did with her. It was very good to see that, you know, Anakin got his closure. Great way to end their relationship as master and Padawan. Filoni, nice touch. At the very end of the series, fans see a Force Ghost of Anakin watching Ahsoka go back to Sabine. It's a heartwarming moment, but it's the first time as fans have gotten to see Anakin as a Force Ghost in live action outside of the later added shot in Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, all the way back in 1983. This moment is actually very important because it feels like the final note in Anakin's story with Ahsoka. He has redeemed himself and saved his son, Luke Skywalker, when he defeated the Emperor. He saved his Padawan and set her on a journey to be a master. Anakin Skywalker is at peace. So with him accomplishing that, it seems like, you know, what is next for Anakin Skywalker? He's a Force Ghost now. He's accomplished what he's needed to accomplish. He's redeemed himself in the ways that, you know, have made him who he is now, which is, you know, a good Force Ghost. Anakin can now rest. Due to this, it's very unlikely that Ahsoka Season 2 will need Hayden Christensen, meaning that the actor has no big role in Star Wars left to do, unless Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi requires Anakin Skywalker. Darth Vader might be the only iteration of the character to pop up in Star Wars. Christensen is aging, and it's not so easy any longer to make him look like his young self, and that's okay. They are 100% right with the whole aging factor. You know, you can only de-age people so much until it kind of just doesn't fit right. You've seen Indiana Jones, if you've seen that movie, and they had the, you know, scenes where they de-aged Harrison Ford. He still had that old raggedy voice, and it just threw you off completely. You know, there's only so much magic that they can do in order to kind of make it feel like, you know, he hasn't aged a day. And what this also kind of does is it basically helps them not force using Hayden Christensen all the time, and then it starts to just be like, oh, he's there for like a money grab, stuff like that. While fans would love to see more of Anakin Skywalker in live action, there's not really a story worth telling that requires the actor to return. There really isn't. And, you know, they stated a couple paragraphs ago that, hey, you know, he's done what he's needed to do. He's finished training his Padawan. And also, you know, he saved his son to help continue on the legacy of rebuilding the Jedi Order. And for Anakin to kind of fulfill the prophecy of bringing balance to the Force, because, you know, everyone said that he was meant to do that, that he was the chosen one. Skywalker Saga told Anakin's story, and series like Ahsoka helps connect the character to other projects. Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka ended up with a huge cliffhanger, so fans are praying for a second season to help tell the story that Filoni has set up. I feel like for the second season of Ahsoka, it should really just be, you know, her trying to train Sabine into becoming a Jedi. Basically, her struggle that she has to deal with trying to train somebody, because this is technically her first Padawan, first real Padawan. At the end of the day, Hayden Christensen has returned to Star Wars to prove to fans that he's a great actor in portraying the Anakin Skywalker we love to see. Now it's time to see where Ahsoka's story will go and how Anakin's legacy is remembered. And they left it off with a good question. Do you think Hayden Christensen is done playing Anakin Skywalker? Do I think he's done? Absolutely. Does he need to be done? Absolutely. This story has been going on all the way since technically 1977, and now it's 2023. So we've had our time with, you know, the Anakin Skywalker story. We've had our time with Hayden Christensen playing the character, and we've had our time with Darth Vader. We need a new antagonist. We need something new. We need something to keep the Star Wars universe fresh. So if they're going with an Ahsoka season 2, keep it based on her. Her name is literally the freaking title, Ahsoka. We don't need to add in other characters that, you know, have been in the Star Wars universe just to kind of be like, oh, now we can get the fans to watch it. It's a good tactic, it's a good marketing skill, but I don't want it to, and this is just me personally speaking, I don't want it to deter off of what the show is supposed to be about, and that is Ahsoka. But back to Hayden Christensen, you know, he's absolutely right. There's no other real story to tell for Hayden Christensen to continue playing Anakin Skywalker. And yeah, it's 100% okay. If we continue to overuse him, it's just going to ruin the character. You know, too much of a good thing ends up being a bad thing, and then people are tired of it. All right. And we don't want to deal with that. If we leave off of Anakin Skywalker, you know, Hayden Christensen playing the character as is right now, it will keep his legacy what it is. And that is absolutely amazing. We can't ruin something like that. And I don't think Dave Filoni wants to risk ruining something like that. It would be very devastating to the Star Wars franchise if they spoiled a character like Anakin Skywalker. So, I mean, what's in stores next for basically the Star Wars universe? Is it the Grand Admiral Thrawn? Is he the next big bad antagonist that the Star Wars universe is going to see and that us Star Wars fans are going to watch? Thank you guys for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, leave a like, leave a comment down below on your thoughts on the stuff that we discussed in this video. Do you think that there is some reason that Hayden Christensen should return to play Anakin Skywalker? Do you think that there's a story that, you know, hasn't really been touched on a lot that needs to be further explained that would, you know, need him in that role? If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,000. Currently, at the time of this recording, we are 27 subscribers away. Let's get there. I know we can do it. Thank you guys.